the US already have de facto military control over Greenland. So what he means by 100% get it, I suppose he means that Greenland should become the 51st state of the US, and that's very concerning. And of course, we see strong reactions from both Greenland and Denmark. I think it was a very good reply in saying that, well, we are very close allies. We've fought battles together. Danish soldiers have lost lives because of American wars. And to mention all these things in the past, to say, well, this is not really a way to treat a close ally and a friend. It's an intelligent move from the Danish government to say this should not be a thing about between Denmark and the US, because Denmark, of course, would be the small part in such a conflict or competition. So instead, Denmark is trying to make this an issue between Europe and the US, to say we stand stronger together. We've seen Mette Frederiksen visiting Paris, Berlin, and so on and so forth, to show, well, we stand closer together. Perhaps we're not that strong a military power, but we are very strong economically, and that could also hurt the US badly. So I think one thing is how Denmark reacts to all this, but it's also been interesting to see the reaction in Greenland, where they announced a new coalition government on Friday. In Greenland they have 5 parties, and right now the government is formed by 4 of them. So that's also a strong reaction, and they're very clear about this, that in response to the historical pressure from the US, they need to stand closer together. That's from the government side. We've also seen from Greenland like demonstrations showing with signs showing Yankees go home. So they'll be more explicit than what you usually see from Greenland side. That we doesn't want to become the 51st state of the US. We want to become our own state. Because he talks about there's a lot of Russians and Chinese in Greenland. That's really not the truth, and I hope that J.D. Vance he also got more informed by visiting Pituffik Space Base. It is true when you look at the Arctic, but not in Greenland. So of course Russia is very active in the Arctic, because that's like half the size of the Arctic, both economically but also militarily. So we've seen the US also reacting to military build-up from the Russian side. And then if we talk about China, China is of course also present in the Arctic. It's I suppose you know, it's mostly about economic investments, about research, and especially part of this one road, Build and Road initiative. Sorry, yeah. So it's in response to, I guess, what's going on in the Arctic, but it's important to say that as far as I know, there are no Chinese and Russian in Greenland. Like I share the analysis by my Swedish colleague that like 10-15 years ago we saw more Chinese investment or attempts to invest in Greenland, but Denmark interfered, urged by the US, especially regarding this huge airport project. So I think kind of China has got the message that the US doesn't want to see Chinese investments or any kinds of activities on Greenland, because from the US perspective, Greenland is part of, well, it's very important for the protection of US national security. And it's important to emphasize that geographically, Greenland is part of the North American continent.